Hey everybody, Dr. Ben Benulis here. Wanted to make a video for an old friend of mine who gave me a call last night. We go back to like high school, so I won't use his real name. We'll just call him Mr. B. And Mr. B called me because he is in a pretty bad situation with his health. He's had ulcerative colitis for like over a decade now, I think, like a long time. And if you're not familiar with this disease, it's inflammation of the large bowel. I won't even go into what the symptoms are because it's pretty graphic and just extremely unpleasant disease condition to have. And he's been on immunosuppressive drugs, and it's getting to the point where the doctors say, you know what, there's nothing else we can do. We're going to have to cut your whole colon out. Your entire colon, your entire large intestine, we're going to have to snip it out of you. And then you're no longer going to function as a regular human being because you have to use a colostomy bag, and you're never going to have a normal bowel movement or even really a bowel movement ever again because you don't have any bowels to move. So, needless to say, he was a little incensed at this idea and didn't quite like the idea of having a large portion of his body cut out of him and then essentially being somewhat disabled permanently by this. It's like common sense hits in, you're like, is it really a good idea to cut out my entire colon? And some people just go along with it. I had a friend who had his whole colon removed and continues to live an unhealthy lifestyle. Now he had to have one of his kidneys removed. He's in the hospital all the time. It's not a pleasant road to go down. And so this is something that just really incenses me because I think when you go along with this, you're essentially unconsciously agreeing to this paradigm, this just horrible, pernicious paradigm that says that, you know what, the human body is basically a lemon. It's gonna fall apart. Like there's nothing you can do. You just kind of got to pick up the pieces where you can. So your immune system's acting all wacky. We don't know why, but it must be stupid. So we're gonna give you drugs that suppress the immune system. So now you're basically an AIDS patient and you're susceptible to all these other infections because we've suppressed your immune system, the very thing that we should be trying to support as a healthcare provider. We're suppressing that, assuming that the body is stupid for attacking itself, not realizing that there could be some other reason, that it's doing this as an adaptation, and then going, oh, you know what? It's not working, so we're just going to cut it out. And then you ask them, well, is there anything I'm eating that could have anything to do with it? And they say, no, this is just a disease you have. It has nothing to do with what you're eating. So wait a second. Common sense here. Let's back it up. Wait. There's this tube that's like 36 feet long, goes through your entire body. The only thing that goes through it is the food that you eat. So the only thing that ever comes in contact with this inside of this tube that's all inflamed and bleeding and painful and everything, the only thing that ever comes in contact with it is the food you eat, yet that has absolutely no bearing on the disease process somehow. Man, I just can't wrap my head around how anybody with just like an ounce of common sense could just go, oh yeah, okay, I guess not. Look, granted, medical doctors are not trained in nutrition, but to just discount it, I mean, this is just like, it's beyond my comprehension that someone could go, oh yeah, the only thing that goes through this tube is food, but food has nothing to do with why this tube is inflamed and bloody and painful and needs to be cut out. Really? Okay. So anyway, Mr. B has been searching around the web and he's seen me post on social media over the years about all the fruit I'm eating, blah, 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 which I have, toned it down on that because I get it, not everybody cares. But, that's why there's this YouTube channel. And so he's been researching around and he found Robert Morse, and he's basically been eating all fruit for about a week and a half. And he said that he decided to try it, and the first day he had fruit for breakfast and fruit for lunch and thought, what the heck, I'll just have some Cheetos. I'm craving some Cheetos, having for dinner. Immediately had symptoms, okay? Now he's back on, been eating all fruit for over a week now, and he's feeling really good. And he's hoping that he can avoid having one of his major organs removed. So I just want to give my support to you, Mr. B. And I'm making a video just in support of you because I know you can do this. I know you can overcome this. Don't accept the paradigm that your body is some lemon that falls apart and we need to cut out all its parts and there's nothing you can do about it just basically disintegrating. Understand that your body has the innate ability to self-regulate, to self-heal, to self-reorganize, to overcome this. The only stipulation is that you have to provide it the proper conditions. You can't, if you're feeding it Cheetos, that's gonna upset the colon. It's not gonna get a chance to heal. So the food is a big part of it. There's a guy you can check out, a lot of you who subscribe to this channel probably know him, Andrew Perlot, who has the channel Renaissance Humans. He's had ulcerative colitis diagnosis many years ago. He's been symptom-free for a long, long time. And what kicked him off was he did 60 days of eating nothing but bananas. Just banana smoothies for 60 days, which I think is awesome. I think if Mr. B can do all fruit for 60 days, he's going to see some serious improvement. And so, yeah, this is the paradigm that says you provide the body the right conditions, it can heal itself. So the food is one part of it. And so we'll get into that, but keep in mind that there's so much more to providing optimum health conditions for the human body. You have to be able to combat stress. Getting enough sleep is crucial. Thinking positive thoughts. Having someone to have meaningful conversations with, like, because every day-to-day life we run into people we know and say, how are you doing? Oh, I'm fine, you know. But how important is it to have that conversation where it's like, you know what, I'm not fine today. I have ulcerative colitis, it is terrible, and it is really bothering me, and I'm not feeling good about it, and let's talk about it. Having someone that you can have that kind of conversation with is vitally important. Meditation. Meditation is key for activating the rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system, breath work, all these things. Because the body cannot self-heal as if it is in a stressed out state. So you're either in defense or you're in healing. And if you're in defense mode where you're stressed out and underslept and cranky, healing isn't going to occur. So I also recommended that Mr. B do a fast if he can. He may have some time off this summer where he might be able to do it. So I'm encouraging him to do that. And I just want to say that anybody out there who's watching who has ulcerative colitis, I have met lots of people who have overcome this condition. I have personally supervised the water fast and refeeding of people who have overcome this condition. It is possible. Getting your colon cut out is not the only option. That is an option if you want to do that. I can't conceive of anybody actually wanting to do that if there were another option. But that option's there. And if you want to do that, you don't need to watch this video. What are you doing? Go chop it all out, you know? But if you want to self-heal, and that's the thing, this is a reorganizational healing strategy, not a restorative where we just try to let's get you back just to where you were before the colon was really bothering you. Like, we'll cut it out and you won't be as bad as you were right now with all the pain, but you have to deal with other stuff, and you restore you to like a minimal state. I'm talking about reorganizing, because when you get on a fruit diet, when you start taking care of your health and getting enough sleep and meditating and having positive relationships with people, you'll heal from more than just ulcerative colitis. Your entire experience of life will upgrade, and you will realize that the ulcerative colitis, or whatever symptom or disease condition you had, was just a signal from the universe that you need to change something, that the pain is there because it's supposed to interrupt your life. It's supposed to make you make a change. And that change, that reorganizing, you used all that disease and tension and stress and negative emotions, and you basically light it on fire. And you use it as fuel to create a better life. And so that's the option you have with this approach if you are willing to do the work, which I can tell you, having had my own history of digestive issues, luckily not as bad as ulcerative colitis, but still pretty bad. It is worth it. It is worth it 1,000 times over. So without further ado, I'm just going to show you Mr. B. Here's a really easy smoothie you can make. I highly recommend using bananas if you're going to eat all fruit, because bananas are calorically dense and fruit is not very calorically dense for the most part. Bananas are one of the densest fruits you can have. So to get enough calories each day to feel satiated so you're not flipping out and binging on Cheetos, bananas are extremely important, and it helps the fact that they're one of the cheapest fruits. They're in season all year round, and they're a nutrient powerhouse. So let's get to it with the smoothie recipe. So we've got organic bananas, organic strawberries here. And all this is probably about a $5 smoothie in most places. I got it for a little bit less because I got these distressed inventory organic tomatoes, organic strawberries, and some of them are going bad, but we'll throw those away. And then organic bananas, I talked to you about this on the phone, but really you want them to be spotted like this. I know they look like they're going bad. They're at perfect ripeness. This is where you want to eat them. This is where they're going to be the sweetest. And this is where they're going to digest the best, because most of the starch has turned to simple sugar, and digestion ease is so key when you have a condition like ulcerative colitis. So let's throw it all in the blender and see how it goes. So here we go. We got about 11 organic bananas and a pound of organic strawberries, and we'll just pulse blend it. We've also got about 2 cups of water in there. So now we got our delicious smoothie here. Just 3 ingredients, 2 cups of water, 11 organic bananas, pound of organic strawberries. Super easy on digestion. This is going to be a big part about providing your body the optimum conditions to self-heal. So banana smoothie every day, continue doing the fruit, continue doing as much as you can. 2 months on all fruit is a great start, and then you can continue from there and see what your body can tolerate. That's what you can do later on as a subject of another video, but obviously as much fruit as possible. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have anybody you know that has ulcerative colitis and is struggling with it, or maybe even on the brink of getting their colon cut out, share this video, show them there's another option, there's another way. Obviously there's informed consent, you can do whatever you want. I'm just showing you an option that leaves all your vital organs intact. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next time.